The Olympic athletes were unbelievable, and I know the entire country is rooting for them. Yes, you're going to have some Olympic athletes who pop off about politics. I feel like that happens every Olympics. My advice to them would be to try to bring the country together. And when you're representing the country, you're representing Democrats and Republicans. You're there to play a sport, and you're there to represent your country and hopefully win a medal. You're not there to pop off about politics. So when Olympic athletes enter the political arena, they should expect some pushback, but most Olympic athletes, whatever their politics, are doing a great job, are certainly enjoy the support of the entire country, and I think recognize that the way to bring the country together is not to show up in a foreign country and attack the President of the United States, but is to play your sport and represent the country well.
It brings up mixed emotions to represent the U.S. right now, I think. It's a little hard. There's obviously a lot going on that I'm not the biggest fan of, and I think a lot of people aren't. I think for me, it's more I'm representing my friends and family back home, the people that represent it before me, all the things that I believe are good about the U.S. I just think if it aligns with my moral values, I feel like I'm representing it. Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S.
Well, speaking of division and sending messages, multiple US athletes at the Winter Olympics have called out the Trump administration over ICE and his policies on trans issues. A skier, Hunter Hess, said he had, quote unquote, mixed emotions about representing America on the world stage while he's wearing the American uniform. And of course, those comments prompted President Trump to label him, quote, a real loser. Why do these Olympians think they can say these kinds of things when they're representing America on the world stage?
Well, here's the sad part. They can. Our country gives everyone the freedom of speech, but it's a sad state when you seek and work really hard to represent America. If you want to, in your sport, go enter the world championships of whatever sport you're involved in, good for you. That's on you. But when you seek to represent the United States, to carry our flag, to wear our uniform, as you aptly noted, then it's a very different thing. The Olympics are about representing the country, not yourself. If you don't like the country, if you don't want to represent it, don't do it. Go somewhere else. Compete in the world championships. But no one's forcing you to do this. And this is what I found very odd about it. If he's so disgusted by the United States, then don't represent the United States. We've got plenty of people that are proud in this country to represent our country, that are proud of our country. And I think the irony is that anyone who had 2 seconds of media training could have answered that question better than he did.
Tell me what you think about Donald Trump branding Olympians like Hunter Hess losers. Is that helpful, do you think, or is Trump better just to sit this one out and let people make up their own minds about the Olympians' behavior?
Well, I've given up giving him advice a long time ago. It's pretty on brand for Trump. He doesn't sit back and let people just take pot shots without fighting, without punching back. That's him. That's his style. If it were me, I would have just let it roll off my shoulder, but I'm not him and he's not me. This is what makes Donald Trump unique, is that he doesn't just let things fly off the shelf without getting noticed. He punches back, So look, what he and I would do are probably two different things, but this is who he is. He's become president twice now. So I'm not going to try to give him advice on how to respond.
I want to stay on the sports theme. What do you make of all the political posturing and moral preening we've seen from American athletes at the Winter Olympics, Josh? What have you made of some of the commentary there about how they feel about representing America in 2026?
Well, I'm not a fan of it. And I am a big fan of the Olympics in general. To me, the Olympics are an opportunity to get beyond politics, to unite in the name of the nation that we all love. And, many of the great Olympics moments in modern Olympic Games history, certainly in American Olympics history, many of our great moments have been precisely that. I mean, speaking of the Winter Olympics, I mean, who can forget the Miracle on Ice in 1980 when America, this group of amateur hockey players defeated the best team in the world, the Soviets, at the height of the power of the Soviet Union there. I mean, these are the great moments there to unite in love of one's country. So this is really not the time to try to make some sort of political statement there. There's that old line that politics is supposed to stop at the water's edge. And there's frankly a lot of truth to that. When you're representing your country overseas there, just shut up and represent the flag. Represent the men and women who gave it all to defend your freedom, to defend your right to go to Milan, to beautiful northern Italy, and to have 2 weeks off in the snow to do your thing there. I mean, how about a little respect there? So it's just awful. I will say that you can contrast this with the way that a couple of the recent American tennis players handled the exact same thing down under in your neck of the woods there in Australia during the Australian Open. You had the American male tennis player and the female player who were asked similar questions by left-wing sports media, namely The Athletic, which is a New York Times owned publication. They said, how do you feel about representing America during the time of ice there? And they both gave the perfect response. They said, you know what? I'm not going there because guess what? I'm playing tennis, I'm having fun, and I love my country. Well, bravo. Great answer. I don't know why the Olympians can't do the same thing.
Well, yeah, that pest of a sports reporter, the activist, just gave that same question to every American tennis player, and pretty much all of them, except one that I saw Coco Gauff, just batted it away. And he wasn't satisfied with that. He would keep going back. But no, Coco Gauff, the highest paid female athlete in America, she played the victim beautifully. So she got all the coverage.